Peace and Black Power. It's your brother Knowledge on the live right here on Do the Knowledge Radio, going through parts of the interview slash review of my interview with the late Tamir Rice's mother, Queen Mother Samaria Rice. So wherever you're listening from, make sure you go to www.youtube.com/Do the Knowledge Radio. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Just different.
Yo, peace and Black Power. It's your brother Knowledge on the live. Do the Knowledge Radio. The place where I was born.
Knowledge Radio.
This is 3K.
Think Tank.
This is 3K.
Hey.
This is 3K.
I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. Who ducked, who drew down, return fire. We're the warriors, the healers, enlighten us. I'm tired of the same old, that game old with an upgrade. I'm a sunbathe in the sun rays while my guns blaze and they complain. Level my level not attainable. I'm metal, not malleable. I'm a man, didn't need that manual. Reparations is incalculable. Yeah, we wanted in blood, dead in the begging, heading to beheading. Metal to the meddling, members is aggressive, getting to the Armageddon. Karma, seem calmer when it comes to retribution. Caliber, catalyst in my clips and I use them on traitors and haters and the ones that spread confusion. Cause the devil's playground wasn't built for our amusement. Hey, meet me at the guard hour. Hey, in these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter. Spin like Beyblade. Impenetrable armor, Orient aura. This story, this saga get gory before it get calmer. Keep holding that revolutionary posture. 85 gon' dip and dodger, but when they get monster, they turn into MC Light, earrings, and become door knockers. I'm irate, they pirate the culture, send them to Davy Jones' locker. It's okay. Let them think that you lost it. Be patient, this type of thing you can't force it. Play possum, but nah, not know out the road. And they can't comprehend cause the language is coded. We plan ideas and we plan explosives. Make your pockets go from more bits to more bread. The portal done open, they can't close it. You ain't got a sideline, you can cause more risk. No set birth date, no Dorian Gray portraits. It's about to get ugly and these devils can't forfeit. Ancestral memory, so no, I won't forget. What we building is an impenetrable fortress for sure. Every show is just like a core ship, and my flow for sure tighter than your gal's corset. It's okay. We are the source, you can't outsource it. Even Spartans don't want no parts left. What do you know? Before you know it, 3,000 wild Africans at your doorstep. Hey, meet me at the guard hour. Hey, in these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter. Spin like Beyblade. No, we will not cower while the rest they play safe. We will move with God's power. This is not for play. Honor my ancestors, play the Ori day. Peace to you, loved ones, stay dangerous and stay safe. AKAs and AKs coming to make their caves cave. Wreck the race like tape case, stay dangerous and stay safe.
Brothers just walk up on me, and they're just like, you know, you can just see the hunger in their eyes. Like as soon as you know what I mean? They was like, yo, you know, we a group, and we think that you would fuck with us, and you know, I'm telling you, like, we nice, and just give us a fucking chance type of shit, you know?
Yeah. Salute to the true and living God. Lord Jamal, always there when I need the God. You understand? And that was a clip from our first interview. I got to add him in somewhere. Clip from our first interview, and he's talking about discovering dead prez. They'll never get old. And shout out to my sister Emax who did the visual, and my brother the God, Doc Makti, on the song. Doc Makti is a whole story by itself. All right, so here today to play a little snippet these interviews and, you know, share the experience. I reached out to Queen Mother Samaria last year, I believe. Last year. But every year on Do Knowledge Radio, we did something for Tamir Rice, either around his born day or his ascension day, for years. And, so just imagine this clip that I have up right here, right now. This is from a couple of years ago. We were doing Knowledge Born with the Science, myself and Shua Lee, doing some great work, right? Doing some great work. And we did a whole bunch of work together, talking about different topics, politics, all kinds of things, everything under the sun, too. So, great work. I just wanted to share this clip real quick and then play a clip from the interview. So, give me a second and let's see.
At the park. Got murdered. Samaria Rice, mother of Tamir Rice from Cleveland, Ohio. My son was 12 years old when he got murdered for playing with a toy gun at the park. Happy birthday to you. With Tamir turning 18 years old on the 25th, and him he was supposed to be graduating also this year. So many people has already started celebrating Tamir's birthday in the city of Cleveland, honoring Tamir and other loved ones as well that has died on behalf of the police. They kind of really took that memento away from me. So I'm just gonna do the best that I can this week and try to get through this week because it's really tough. It's very painful to watch another Black or brown person get murdered on the hands of law enforcement. We all develop PTSD after the murder of Tamir. It's real hard and difficult when things keep happening in America. It kind of reopens everything for us because Tamir's name is mentioned so much. So I think as the family, we get a direct impact every time something like this happens. My kids suffer daily with PTSD, and my youngest daughter, which she was 14, now she's 20. She's probably out of all of the siblings, she's impacted the most. She was handcuffed and put in the back of a police car and forced to see her brother die.
According to her complaint, Rice says she was inside Cadell Rec Center when someone told her police shot her brother Tamir. She says she ran outside to comfort and assist her brother, but was tackled by police. An investigator says she was kept handcuffed, her clothes wet from the takedown in the snow, in the back of that patrol car for 75 minutes.
She has PTSD. She lost 50 pounds after that. She struggles with her weight up and down. And she don't enjoy things that she used to enjoy them. She's a mom now, but the baby give her a sense of something, I guess, She still have her days, and she's probably gonna have her days for the rest of her life.
We are here, we're intergenerational, we're multiracial, and we're from all different walks of life.
We are definitely been in a state of emergency for many, many years, not just because of George Floyd. We've been in a state of emergency for many years. And it's a shame that we have to keep seeing this over and over and over and over again. It's like it is traumatizing to the humanity of a human being. It's traumatizing to an American if you call yourself an American. With the protesting that has happened around the country, I think that they should be protesting the way they should protest, but also keeping it peaceful. Don't let the message get lost. Have a clear agenda while you're out there. My thing with defunding the police department and doing away with the qualified immunity and police bill of rights, the blue alert, and the Garrity law. Those need to be the demands of America right now. You know, it's going to make it uncomfortable in America to a certain extent, but they really need to have those conversations with the Congress, with the Supreme Court, and the governors right now. Those are where people need to direct their energy to. I am going after the entire system. The police department, the police union, city officials, government agencies, anyone who has used the legal system to justify the murder of my 12-year-old. I say defund the police department. Take all their money away. Give it to the community, give it to the schools, and to the urban community. And we need mothers and fathers that's on that agenda. So I'm just tired of having this same conversation. I've been screaming this since my son been murdered. Ain't nobody heard me. Ain't nobody said nothing. And you know what I'm saying? Why am I still screaming that this should have been done way before my son's murder? Maybe my son would still be alive today if they'd have did it.
So that is an excerpt. And of course, we get into the commentary, break it down. So if y'all want to check that out, y'all can check that out. Okay. So I'm going to go to our interview here from last year. And we were on the phone for like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours. We were on the phone for like 4 or 5 hours. So this was like, we were supposed to do it, I think, the day before. Wound up doing it the next day. So that was her at 6 years. And this was her 5 years after that. So 11 years later, looking back at 2014 and all of the stuff that went in between. Like, there were people who were collecting money, saying they were collecting money on the family's behalf, and they got millions of dollars. And the family, never saw any of that money. So all of the things that I was thinking about, all of the things that I was going into the mind, body, and spirit about, Tamir's older sister. And what had to be re-traumatized about, and Queen Mother Rice had to be re-traumatized about every time a young man, woman, or child, or a black or brown person, as she put it, had got their life taken by police. She has to relive that. Her connecting with all of the mothers of all of the slain. They call on her for strength, for prayers, for wisdom, and all of those things. And she's a warrior, and she fights and advocates for them and with them. And just think about that. Just think about, you come in contact with all of these people based off of losing your son in the most violent manner, right? The police car didn't even come to a complete halt before his body was laid on the ground. His sister comes outside to aid her brother and slam her to the ground, cuff her, keep her in the ground, and then put her in the police car, and she's in the back of the police car like she's a criminal. 75 minutes. Just think of that. Think about every time one of your children have to go outside after that. You already know what environment you live in, but it's closest to home as possible. You lose a child, and now every time your children go outside, she has a child now. Every time her child goes outside, she has to think about that. She has to be reminded of what that is. His siblings have to be reminded. His mother has to be reminded. And then they hear vicariously that another family is suffering the pain that they have suffered continuously over and over again. And then to add insult to injury, you got bastards that are running around that were running around then collecting money saying that it's going to the family. So most of the people had got prominent and got credibility based off of this, and it was a farce. It was a lot. So don't let me get on my soapbox with that. Let me just allow Queen Mother to speak here.
Service to children, the youth, you know. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and also still being a mom myself and a grandmother to my own children. So yeah, it's a lot to be an American, especially a Black American in this
Right.
corporation. Yeah.
So working with the youth and with the foundation, if you could share, some of the goals and some of the aims and how has, you know, starting this foundation, the Tamir Rice Foundation, kind of
Yeah.
helped you get a gauge on or some insight into, what the needs are for our Black youth out here.
Yeah. Well, I just know that my children benefited from after school programs in the early 90s. And uh not I'm sorry, not the early 90s, I'm tripping. The maybe the early late 90s, let's say the late 90s, early 2000s, right? My children kind of benefited from the after school programs that was part of the inner city, due to due to the lack of the, I guess, the funding that was coming to the schools. The programs didn't stay around very long. So in 2016, I decided to purchase a building and develop the Tamir Rice Afro Central Cultural Center, which the Tamir Rice Foundation is our umbrella for all of our activities and events that we do across the country and in our local city. Um, so yeah, that's just our way of giving back with the Tamir Rice Afro Central Cultural Center and service inner city children at attend CMSD school in surrounding areas. And we offer mentoring and tutoring, expression arts. We offer free music lessons. And we also have a performing arts studio, which is a black box theater that I have created in the back for our children to create plays and do creative writing and work some parts in the theater and things like that. So my kids benefited from being a part of um, a lot of these things that was offered in suburban communities or rural communities, which we live around the parts of Ohio. I haven't always lived in Cleveland. So yeah, I was able to get out of Cleveland when my kids were smaller and just really expose them to other things that other communities was offering besides the inner city of Cleveland or any urban city that lacks resources or um, different type of activities for our children to, expand their skills and learn, really learn. So yeah, I just wanted to be able to do something, and I've been working on this for a while. I have invested about $600,000 in renovations, and I'm about $400,000 away to complete my renovations. So I'm working here, I'm always working. Um, yeah, I'm always working. So that's what I've been doing, and supporting other families across the country, and speaking when they want me to speak, I guess, or be a part of a panel or a situation. I am working on my autobiography right now, and hopefully it will be available next year. For people to get a chance to know who I am and where I come from, and why I'm the person that I am. So yeah, I've been working here nonstop, to be honest with you, through the pain, the struggle, the depression, everything. When people go through this, they have a certain type of PTSD, and some people can function with it, some people can't. I'm fortunate that I can function with the form of PTSD that I have and suffer from. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 11 years. And like I said, 2016 is when I developed the Tamir Rice Foundation. And then we have, I purchased the building in 2018, I believe. It might have been 18 or 19 when I purchased the building and started working on it. It was a struggle. It was very hard, because if you don't know these type of things, you could get taken advantage of. And unfortunately, I was taken advantage from people in the city of Cleveland. But that's okay because they can't stop what God got going on. So, I just continue to push through.
That's definitely always the truth right there. And I
Mm.
know you're a woman of faith. I know you one in tune with God on every level. So uh, out there connecting with our people, traveling all over the place, speaking places, connecting with families, organizing, protesting, all of those things that's happening. Like, what's some of the biggest lessons you learned from that experience so far?
Yeah. I think the most important part for me is for people to speak up. Um, Speak up and make people, accountable, and to stand on business. Like, I'm very solid. So unfortunately, people are not solid. And I'm very loyal to certain situations. And unfortunately, a lot of there's no loyalty among us as a black community, and the unity needs to become very, very strong, for it cannot be broken. We struggle with that being black folks. And, when people become solid and loyal in a way that it will advance the situation, we will all be good. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way, um especially when you have a lot of the boulets of the world that look like us, that's not doing what we think they should be doing. And just trying to understand, do you actually come from the ghetto? Like, did you come from where I come from? So yeah, so it's just it's kind of strange, and it's not to be understood. It is designed this way for a reason. So I just will hope that folks will wake up, wake all the way completely up, and see the writing on the wall for what it is. At the end of the day, we the people rule, and I do believe that. And when more people think like that, maybe we will get somewhere. That's that's kind of how I see it.
I agree wholeheartedly. You already know I could go on, on and
Yeah.
on, like I'm sure you could in regards to that.
Oh
You
yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah. We
saying?
got we
Yeah,
got a, we got a little bit more time. Yeah, I got
yeah,
a little bit more time for you. Go ahead.
yeah. It's a lot of those interlopers, a lot of those gatekeepers. I call it the hundred
Yeah,
year war. It's about
yeah,
105 years now. You know,
yeah,
they got this moniker, that they stole, the corporation stole, make America great again, right? And
yeah.
then, they'll say, when was America great? I'll tell you, 1865 to
Uh-huh.
1965,
Hmm.
America was great. So
Yeah.
in 35 years after, uh, well, 50 years after 1865, when you go into uh, 1920. 1920 to 2020 is the 100-year war on everything black, on
Hmm.
black family, on black upward mobility, on black sustainability, and all of those things. From 1865 to 1965, we had 100 years of unity amongst us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you get to 1920,
Hmm.
1920 to 2020, we're in
Hmm.
2025, so we got 105 years of an outright assault. So what leads up to 1920 is 1913 with the inception of Birth of a Nation, D.W. Griffin. So the cinematic assault on typecasting black families as criminals in as a collective, but black men in particular, right? So
Hmm.
Uh, now you get the influx and resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan based off of what them small hats had played in that film, because you don't get nothing played without their permission, right? So they
Hmm.
there, and that goal was to drive us out of the thriving businesses and land ownership and our communal living to be
Hmm.
dispersed. So
Yeah.
that that migration, along with the other migration
Hmm.
that's there with the quote unquote natives, right? Uh,
Hmm.
Taking our ancestors into captivity to the 1930s. So we
Yeah.
out of white captivity from in 65 to 67, but uh, under the quote unquote five civilized tribes to the 1930s. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So uh, and all it was them $5 Indians that they claimed. So it just was a continuation. So if we
Hmm.
look at 1920 to 2020, through the suffrage and all these other movements that they came up with, one of the things that they did was co-opt everything that was built. So everything that we built in regards to schools and in regards to doing for ourselves and all of those things. So the land, uh, the wealth, and the minds of the people all co-opted in this 105-year cycle. So
Yeah.
now,
So that means we're a lot of us is in bondage.
right,
Can I say? I get. Yeah,
right,
I get it. I
yes,
get it. I was one of them. Trust me. I had to get woken up in the most horrific way.
hmm,
I was living like a bubble and taking care of my four kids. I was a single parent. Um, so I got woken up in the most horrific way. And I think when parents go through something like this, they do get woken up.
right,
And but they don't understand what's going on if your mind ain't strong enough. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm
right,
gonna tell I'm gonna tell you that right now. If your mind ain't strong enough, you're gonna get whooped up in it. You're gonna get whipped up in it, and you won't even understand how the brainwashing and the deception and the lies and the deceit will come at you, and that was usually eat that parent up alive. But if you
right,
have a strong mind,
right,
if you have a strong mind, you can defeat it, and God
right,
will spare you. I'm gonna just be honest with you, okay? It's no joke to be in a situation like that. It's no joke. You do not know what is going on. You don't know the feelings and emotion. It just don't. You don't understand where it's coming from, and you want people to be responsible for it. It's like I will never have any closure because Timothy Loman is still walking around trying to get a job, as we talked already before. Okay, I had no closure with him. You know, I feel like he's like hunting me, you know, because he still keep getting a job. I mean, still try to get a job for the fifth time now. He's down in West Virginia somewhere. Is it Montgomery, Morgantown, somewhere down there, where they didn't stop him. They didn't call me, you know, and they didn't call me and say, Miss Rice, we really need you to come down to the black policy thing we want to do, lawmaking thing or something they was asking me. So they asked me for next year. So I said we'll see. um it's just like, if I wouldn't even have to go through any of this if he was, you know, indicted in prison, you know.
Or something
So
else.
yeah, it's a lot, you know. Timothy Loman is the shooter that killed my son Tamir Rice, 12-year-old Tamir Rice, for folks that do not know. Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, he's born on the 25th of June, and
Mm-hmm.
that's 2 days before Jonathan Jackson, you know, the
Okay.
younger brother of George Jackson, which
Mm-hmm.
happens to be the same transition day as Dr. Betty Shabazz, peace and blessings be upon them all.
Yeah.
So she transitions on this day uh, because a fire set forth in her house after escaping a fire 32 years prior that they set to her house. That Malcolm rescued her and her children. So she in this house that set fire, and she goes back into the house to save her grandson, Malcolm
Mm-hmm.
uh, Chief Shabazz. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, for the injuries sustained, over 70% of her body was burned, and
Mm-hmm.
she still was able to make it out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yes.
a thing about strength, a thing about power. Like, you know, the Bible says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and a sound mind. So that strong mind that you speak about is there. It's embodied, you know, and you embody uh, that strength. And I know along with that strength, it comes up exhaustion. I know you get tired. You understand? You get tired. You
Oh
know?
man, tired ain't even the word, man. It ain't no rest for the weary. You hear me? And that's what I'm
Right,
gonna tell you.
right,
That these freedom fighters that's out here, they know people like yourself. You know, there's no rest for the weary when you trying to wake up the masses. You know, to be honest with you, it's so crucial, and we're so behind, and our children are not how we used to be. So it's a different ball game now. So
right.
I'm just hoping that what I'm doing will be an outlet for them to, you know, use their God given talents in
Right.
positivity ways and create black excellence, you know? And that's just what it is. My son could have been anything in the world, to be honest with you. He
Yeah.
was shooting threes, pointers, and he was only 12 years old. He was big for his age. Yes, yes, he was. But you know, he was really an all American kid. I mean, he played all the sports. He
Hmm.
was good at all the sports. He never rode training wheels. He knew how to
Mm.
draw. I mean, he was exceptional, talented, exceptional. I don't know what he was gonna be. He could have been anything. He could have been the next uh LeBron James. And I hate to even reference to my son to that, but
Hmm.
and LeBron know why. He know why. He knows why. but he could have been the next LeBron James or Kobe. You know, he was that
Right.
good at 12
Right.
years old. You know, so I don't know. He could have been the next Obama. He was that
Right.
good. He could have been the next um, Travis Barker,
Right.
David Beckham. You know, he was good at soccer. He was good at soccer. He excelled in soccer and football. Everything he touched, he excelled in. Because I exposed him to different things in life at a very early age.
Right.
Very early age. It makes a difference when you don't when you invest in your children, and that's what I did. I invested into my children. I was a single parent, and I have 4 high school graduates, 2 children in school when my son was murdered. It was not easy. Okay, it
Right.
was not easy. I promise you. It didn't happen to be rust. Like my life was in like a roller coaster in the media, and it wasn't easy. I promise you. I just thank God that He kept me because he kept me through the whole time, and I just thank God for him. You know, I thank him for real because I don't know how I was gonna do it. I don't
Right.
even know. And I tell people to this day, I tell people to this day, they say, I don't know how you do it, Miss Rice. I said, it's not me, it's God. I am a divine spirit led by God, to be honest with you, because I don't know
Right.
where I get the energy from. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. So I just do what I have to do.
So on to the Queen Mother, Samaria Rice, mother of Jameer Rice, peace and blessings be upon him. Him and Emmett Till come to visit, and Mamie Till, she comes to visit like every year, without fail. Because there are people that use these names, they utilize the names, but there's no upliftment, there's no prayers, there's no reformation, there's no seeking to understand. So in their essence, you know, they share their pain and their stories. So their stories come out, and the world knows their names, but the world does not know their story. So important, so important, so important. And I think I'll be dealing with that uh, tomorrow or something. Like we need to preserve our stories, share our stories, and stop allowing other people, other entities to thwart and distort our stories. So with that, I'm gonna say peace and love, and check me out in a few minutes here. Okay, check me out in a few minutes here on Do Knowledge Radio. All right, all right, peace.